Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Top Gun Options Monday Market Outlook, and what a incredible week it's going to be ahead, or at least action-packed. Great day so far. We knocked out our weekly options brief and our solo Amazon brief. Obviously, big week for Amazon coming up with earnings. But started the day, had a great morning. Went to the beach, watched the sunrise. Have some great news that my mom is well, I don't know if they can call you cancer free 100%, but she's gotten the all clear, which is just, I wanted to, from the bottom of my heart, thank everybody in Top Gun Options family for your thoughts, prayers. I actually believe that they work, unlike most Democrats who laugh at that phrase. I don't. Whether you believe in God, the divine, something greater than you, that energy, that positive energy, that positive, hey, I'm thinking about this person or wishing well for this person, it goes out in the universe, man. Trust me, I've made a journey, and I honest to God believe that. So on behalf of my mom and my family, thank you for all your thoughts and prayers and concern. I knocked out a video this morning out on the beach. It's on the Top Gun Options page or our Top Gun Options YouTube channel. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. This is comical, man. So I love Dave Portnoy, Barstool Sports, and the dude ain't sports betting anymore because there ain't no sports. I mean, I just heard that half the Marlins team down here in Miami is positive, so there goes their season. But this guy goes from doing pizza reviews and sports betting and growing a good brand with Barstool Sports to day trading, to actually interviewing the president last week. Dave Portnoy interviewed Donald Trump for like 20 minutes last week from the White House. And here he is this week, waking up Monday morning, looking like he had a good Sunday fun day. Bedhead, green orange plastic hammer, and his Tommy Bahama knockoff shirt. You ready for this? I accidentally bought 150 grand of lemonade, LMND. I have no clue what it is. I can only assume it has to do with lemonade stands. That's there you go, folks. There you go. I mean, this is the guy that keeps pounding that green hammer, saying stocks only go up. Well, obviously, last was Thursday and Friday, he got a little taste of reality there and didn't turn out so well for him. Folks, stocks don't only go up. Please don't listen to this man. Please, please, please don't listen to this man. Make sure you hedge. Make sure you have an exit plan. Make sure you have an ejection seat, right? If you're just day trading and following Dave, I'll be honest, you deserve everything that's going to happen to you, whether it be good or bad. But the man knows zero about options. He knows zero about hedging. He knows zero about protection. So him just pounding the table that stocks only go up. I mean, he's mentioned on Fox Business News. He's in Jim Cramer's head. It's just, it's comical at this point. But I just want you to remember all this stuff, okay? Remember. Really great article on Human Events about Goodbye Washington, D.C. This limousine liberal is packing it up. Born and raised in Brooklyn, New York guy. He moved to D.C. He's always been a city guy, generations of city guys. He's like, we're done. I'm leaving the city. It's over with. Really, Google this because it's a great read. And he just tears into the mayors that are doing this, that are forcing people to flee these cities and essentially turning them into Mogadishu, which I'm sure Elon Omar would feel right at home. And here, Nadler the Hut, right? Jerry Nadler, head of the House Judiciary Committee, right? Remember him from the impeachment of Donald Trump, Nadler the Hut, or the Penguin? He was asked by a reporter today, hey, would you disavow all the Antifa violence in Seattle and Portland and Austin? He's like, what are you talking about? There's no violence. It's a myth. It's fake news or something like it. This is how mentally retarded these people are. And I mean that, folks. These mayors of these cities, please stay. Stay in. I don't want this dude, no offense, dude leaving Washington. Don't leave. Stay. You voted for that crap. You deal with it. It's like Private Pile and his jelly donut, man. You eat it. They're paying for it. So screw you. I have zero interest. I have nothing in common with the protesters in Seattle, the rioters. Nothing. We're not a United States anymore. The only thing that was uniting us up until this last second was the national anthem, right? We could all stand for the flag. Well, the dudes in the NBA, WNBA last week, walked off the court when the national anthem was played. We're losing it, folks. We're losing it. And at this point, I really don't care, to be honest with you. I don't care about Seattle. Don't care about Portland. You guys, and New York City. I really don't care. Here, actually, I do care. I care that not one penny of my tax money goes to reconstruct your city, bail you out, or anything. You eat it, they're paying for it. China is a shit show. It's getting worse. They're sending. Did you see this? They're sending seeds. There are households across the United States that are getting China. Look at this. New York Times. States issue warnings about seed packets from China. USA Today. People in several states mailed unsolicited packets of seeds that are from China. This isn't. And I was shocked in the weekly options brief at noon that people didn't know. Of course, you don't know this. If you're watching CNN, MSNBC, and all that stuff, all their, orange man bad and peaceful protesters. Ladies and gentlemen, China is sending. What is this invasion of the body snatchers? Do you plant them and new you sprouts the next day, folks? This is insanity. Why am I rambling about this? Because it's war, folks. Whether you like it or not, we are at war with China. You can call it a Cold War. Cold Wars can go pretty damn quickly into a hot war. This isn't the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union got it. They understood MAD, mutually assured destruction. You nuke us, we nuke you, we're all ashes. The Chinese don't think like that, man. They got a kabillion of them. They don't care. It's like the Viet Cong. Let's just send wave after wave after wave of human beings against the Americans, and maybe they'll run out of bullets. Our people are bullet sponges. That's how China thinks, man. They have these hypersonic anti-aircraft carrier missiles, and folks, I'm telling you to keep your eye on this ball. Donald Trump's biggest failure of his presidency was rolling over more or less on Hong Kong to get a trade deal. I don't care if you don't like hearing it. It's the truth. I know it for a fact. We let Hong Kong go, and they're going to go after Taiwan. Get ready for war. In other positive news, National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien tests positive for COVID-19. The man spends almost every living moment with the President of the United States. The National Security Advisor tested positive. Of course, he said, I haven't seen the president since I tested positive. What's the whole asymptomatic thing and all that stuff? Carry the one, divide by the square root of pi. I don't get it. Federal Reserve, folks. The Fed turning gloomier as COVID spreads. Central bank leaders warn of hits to confidence, higher joblessness, and more business bankruptcies. You ready for this? That sounds awful. As an American, this sounds bad. As Gordon Gekko, that sounds freaking fantastic. That could not be more bullish for me for equities. Huh? Is that? Remember, in Bizarro market, good news is good news, bad news is good news, and awful news is great news. This is awful. The Federal Reserve's like, this is awful out there. Take a look at the chart. This is the Federal Reserve, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing to this rally. It's a MacGyver rally. The Fed is holding this together with a paperclip straw and a piece of gum. The Fed is worried. Well, that means that they're going to just blow more smoke and hopium into the market, and we go higher. Investors set aside coronavirus worries, driving a melt-up in markets. Oh, boy. Traders are riding momentum in everything from large tech stocks like Apple to precious metal, silver, and gold. The Burl Ives song, Silver and Gold, from Rudolph, right? Love it. This is, here's your Davy Dave day trading, man. This is it. GOP finally get their shit together to propose an aid bill with extra jobless benefits, because who doesn't agree with paying people more not to work than to go back to work? Let that sink in, America. Why don't we just pay $600 a week supplement, blah, blah, blah? Why don't we pay everybody $100,000 a week, $1 million? Ladies and gentlemen, I love when I start using those type of numbers, because people look at me like that's where we're at. Where's this money coming from? Well, if you watched 60 Minutes last month, you saw that Jerome Powell magically prints money. He hits enter on his laptop, and money magically appears. So why is it just 600 bucks, folks? Why can't we give the US government just give all of us $1 million? I want you to think about that and use your thinking brain. Isn't it funny? It's like when people are like, we have to raise the minimum wage to fill in the blanks, something obscene. I'm like, why not raise it to 1 million? And they're like, well, the business wouldn't be able to. Oh, yeah, okay. That shows that you've never owned a business or started one in your life. Apple bears come out of the woodwork with new warnings ahead of earnings. Of course they do. Around the same time, Amazon's coming out of the woodwork. Two houses upgraded Amazon today. So it's going to be an interesting week. Apple, I'm not feeling the love. Amazon, I think it destroys earnings. I think it just took over last quarter and it will continue to take over. Could not be more bullish on Amazon earnings. Anyway, everybody's a day trader now. Bored, isolated, and out of work amid the pandemic, and you're going to get 600 more dollars to your Robinhood account. Millions of Americans are chasing stock market glory and bragging about it online. Not everyone's a winner, though. This goes through this real estate agent who's day trading now, and this dude who's, trading fractional shares. I'm a level 2 options trader. I don't even know what that is. That's great. Folks, the last time I felt like this was in 1999 as an instructor pilot at Marine Corps Air Station Miramar in Marine Strike Fighter Attack Training Squadron 101. We are in a bubble. And as long as the Fed keeps blowing, we're going to go higher. When it pops, I'm going to print money. And this dude will bankrupt millions of people. Finally, in great news for tech companies, the Biden tax plan targets profitable companies that pay almost nothing. Here's what's funny, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to age myself. I'm 51. Joe Biden's been in D.C., I think, for 40. When I was 4, Joe Biden got into Washington. He's been there ever since, never left. He and his ilk came up with the tax code. So now they want to go after companies like Amazon to pay at least 15% of the reported profits. Do you think that's bullish? You think Joe Biden winning the election, stocks will go up? Dave, I'd love to ask this guy. So if stocks always go up, what happens when Joe Biden does this? And these companies might leave, folks. I laughed when Warren Buffett, Obama propped him up as a great guy and he thinks he should pay more in taxes and blah, 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 until the day that Warren Buffett bought Burger King and moved it from Miami to Canada for taxes. So get ready for this, folks. This is another hidden threat in the market. Not hidden, it's out in the open. The dude's going to repeal the Trump tax cuts and shellac companies with taxes. Explain to me how that's bullish, right? Because we all know that the federal government needs a lot more money for what? Somebody explain it. Oh, yeah, they don't need it to bail out cities because it's a myth. There's no violence and destruction in these cities. It's a disgrace. But again, anyway, I got to namaste myself and get centered and just, like I said, I care about my family. I care about my TGO members, and that's about it. I've had it, man. It's a disgrace what these people are doing to this country. I'd love to be an optimist. Fortunately, I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm not. As a fighter pilot, as an options trader, I'm trained to be prepared for the worst. And if it doesn't happen, be pleasantly surprised. If you're going to go through every day thinking it's unicorns, lollipops, and rainbows, you're going to be miserable, especially with what's about to happen to this country in front of the election. Okay, let's end on a high note. Thank God my mom is, knock on wood, cured for now. And thank you again for all the thoughts and prayers. Okay, have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and God bless. I'll talk to you all tomorrow.